What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum. Bob Arum says, forget $80 for pay-per-view. Go back to charging $40, and we'll see tremendous increase in buys. One important adjustment even Bob Arum admits that boxing must make in the post-pandemic American economy is to lower the pay-per-view rates. Arum suggested during the most recent episode of Chris Mannix's Sports Illustrated that the prices of pay-per-view should be dropped down to $40. That would entice many more boxing fans to purchase pay-per-view fights and reduce piracy, which, according to Arum, would offset the drastic drop in price from what has become an ever-increasing industry standard. The last major pay-per-view boxing event in the U.S. was Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Cost approximately $80 to watch in HD through most cable and satellite companies. Lowering pay-per-view prices will require cooperation among promoters such as Arum and boxers, but Arum believes they all should take note of the success of pay-per-view boxing in the United Kingdom, where events cost considerably less. He said, you look at UK, which has maybe 25% of the population of the United States, maybe less, Arum told Mannix. I mean, they have 50 to 60 million people in the UK, and we have 350 million people in the US. In the UK, they do on a big fight over 1 million buys, pay-per-view, particularly if it is, prime time in the UK. And one of the reasons for their success is their charge and of their prices for the pay-per-view. In other words, the pay-per-view goes 20 to 25 pounds, of which government takes 20% of that, so people can pretty well afford it. In the United States, we charge $80 for pay-per-view. People can't afford it unless you're going to have big crowds in the house chipping in, and because of the high price, they look for ways to watch the fight without paying, like live streams and everything, which the danger there is, other than breaking the law, which they probably won't get caught, is that the streams get shut down and they miss seeing the fight. So if we charge and go back to $40, I think that we'll see a tremendous increase of the numbers of homes that will buy it. Bob Arum, Counterpunch. That is absolutely correct. I've been telling that to people all over the globe, on this channel, on this platform, on Facebook, on Instagram. You have to lower these prices, okay? And what happened is, like he said, they're becoming accustomed. It's capitalism, people. Welcome to America. We will charge shit until we can't charge it no more. We will get complacent, the corporations, the networks will get complacent with that type of revenue, okay? But what they don't realize, they're losing more than they're making. They're just worried about whatever they can get, they're getting, and they're going to charge at the highest amount possible because they're looking at it through a greedy mindset. If they would lower the price, they would make more money. See, a lot of people think, oh man, this would do good, and that'll do good. Every so often, people will watch a particular fight they've been wanting to see, and they may pay $100 to see it. But that's not on the reg, and that's not every pay-per-view. So, other words, in between those huge fights, Maypac, maybe Joshua and Deontay Wilder if they ever fight, or if Fury and Joshua is over here, maybe those. But everyone in the meantime will suffer. Okay, they will get 200,000 pay-per-view buys, 175,000, shit like that. Low, piss poor numbers because people are not buying it, but I guarantee you they're watching it. Illegal streams. What's the thing? Fire Stick. They're watching the fight. And yeah, if you buy the fight, you have to have somebody to chip in, which I have no problem, but I love the sport. However, everyone won't see it the way I see it. But understand, I remember when it was $44.95. Even $59.95, and that was considered steep. But you had 7 or 8 fights on the damn thing. Okay? On that one pay-per-view, you had enough fights to be like, man, this is 3 to 4 hours long. You're getting your money's worth for this. You're not paying $100 because, you know, the Maypac fight was $100. $89.99 for standard definition, $100 or $99.99 for HD. So everybody got the HD because everybody had an HD TV. Why not? Pay the extra $10, but people were paying $100 a pop. So they get accustomed to that revenue and the potential of possibly making what they made in those fights, and now not realizing that people are not buying it. People in the UK are fucking spoiled because they haven't been ate up with the corruption like we have over here in the States for spending all them high-ass prices for pay-per-view. It's just a lot of the corporations think that the American person is dumb. They're not. They're not going to pay it, but they're going to watch it and they're going to find a way to watch it. So why would you do that? Why do you think a superstar like Canelo Alvarez is signing up for DAZN? Because it's harder to break into an app. If it, you know, I don't think it's impossible, but they make it affordable to the point where, hey, you pay this every month and you can watch this as much as you want to. You don't have to watch it twice, then it's over with like pay-per-view. You watch the shit twice, back to back. It's a done deal, right? You just paid $100 to watch it twice, and who's going to watch something twice back to back? Right? You want to watch it maybe, hey man, watch it Wednesday after the Saturday you've watched the previous. You can't watch it. So it's a scam almost. You paid $100 for one night, a live event, and that's that. If you want to see, and then you're paying for like 3 fights. The Maypac fight had 3 fights on it. 2 fights on the undercard. You had Lomachenko. That's probably the best fight we saw. Then we had Maypac. And then another fight. I can't remember who fought on that fight. But I know it was only 3 fights. And that's fucking, whoa, white. That's, if you break that up, come on, man. That's impossible. That's crazy. All right? So the only way you're going to watch a fight is to go see it live, to watch enough fighters to make you feel like you got your money's worth. You know, because you have the undercard, but then you have other fighters that are not being televised. And there's some good fights on those cards too. But that's the only way that you're going to get your just due, right? And you know you're paying out the wazoo to go see it live, of course. But to watch it in the privacy of your own home, due to the fact that we don't want large crowds around, we don't want people all in your house due to what's going on. Somebody might cough wrong, you're looking at them side-eyed. Hey, man, get the hell out, right? You don't want someone to contaminate your house by coming in possibly sick. So, you know, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, pay-per-view has to be lowered. Lower the standard. Make shit affordable for people because people are out of work. But people want sports. They need sports. Like Wiley says, the rapper, I need sports, something to occupy my mind. Right? So over here, I feel the same way. But it's like, hey, you know, would you want people stealing it, or would you want to lower it for a price that people are buying it for, that can afford it? And the piracy will go down because the first thing people will say, man, you know it's only $40. Hell, I got 20. You got 20? Hell, let's just get it. You know what I mean? So it stops that urge to want to steal it and want to look at it illegally. And like Bob Arum said, yeah, more than likely you won't get caught doing it. But, you know, people, if it's $80 to $100, people are not going to want to watch that. Especially for 2 freaking times. Right? So it is what it is, man. I think it's a great idea, but will it happen? I don't know. That's a whole nother story if it does happen, but I know it should happen. You know, it makes me think about Blockbuster versus Redbox. Okay? When Redbox came around, it shut Blockbuster down quick as shit, instantly almost, because they couldn't compete with what was coming. That wave of a new idea just swallowed up the old idea. You know, Blockbuster, a new release, for $4.50, $4.80, $5 for a CD or a tape or whatever, you know, back in the day, VHS. And then you buy $20 worth of movies, and if you're late with them, the late fees are out the wazoo, so they're making more money on late fees. People got tired of that shit. Where you can, hey, you know what? If I pay for this day and, you know, okay, it's $1 per day if I don't take it back until I take it back. Okay, no problem. Not, oh, you're a day late. Okay, that's a $5.85 late fee. What the hell? Right? I didn't even rent it for that much. So, like, people get tired of that, and soon people will find a way to do something else, especially when something else gets presented, then they'll go for that. So I agree with Bob Arum, and we should be a little more like the UK in regards to the pay-per-view because people are buying it. Hell, people over there raised hell when the Joshua Ruiz fight went to 5 pounds and higher, right? People lost their minds, but I'm like, dude, we paid like $80 on $100. So chill. But then, but it just shows you they're not accustomed to that. So don't start messing with something that's already working. And it's not working over here, so we should make it work. Of course, that's my counterpunch. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.